Hi, my name is Howard P. Hunt III, retired Brigadier General, U.S. Air Force, Kentucky Air National Guard, which I served from 1974 to 2008. And I want to take this opportunity just to say a few words to whoever may be seeing this tape, and thank you for your interest in our military service and our veterans. I've been honored by my service many times, but one of the greatest honors is not indicative of any medals or ribbons or anything that I received. It was being entrusted with the lives and the fortunes of 1,500 service members during the opening phase of Operation Iraqi Freedom, where I was over in Southwest Asia and had responsibility for a lot of airmen under my command. A lot of pressures in the early days of the war that we took to Saddam Hussein. During that time, we experienced a lot of pressures and stresses, and it was my job to try and make things with the people that were working with me overseas a little bit better. And so I always did what I could to help them communicate with home where we could and when we could, and make sure that they got things that kept their spirits up. I want to tell America that will see this whenever, that the defense of our country is in good hands with the young men and women that are currently serving in our nation. I've seen the professionalism and the will to be the best they could be. Where I was working over in the country of Qatar, we had a lot of airplanes on our ramp, and this is kind of interesting. People would be working 12-hour shifts, sleep 12, get back up and work 12, in temperatures that averaged 128 to 129 degrees every day. The blacktop would get so hot, some of our civil engineers measured it with a heat sensor, and the blacktop would actually melt the rubber gum soles off of our boots. 175 degrees they walked on during the day. The airplanes they touched were equally as hot. But they stood through it, of all the separations from home and the heat and just the sheer separation of being away from family. They did a miraculous and spectacular job in providing our services the opportunity to take the fight to the enemy. That is probably the greatest honor that I ever had, is to be able to lead men and women into a combat theater and walk away with all of them still intact and safe. I thank my country, my county, my city for supporting me. One of the nice, rare moments that I had when I was living in a tent overseas was to get that piece of mail from home, or to be able to look online at the yellow ribbons around the trees in Danville. Because when you're there, it's so easy to think that nobody cares and nobody thinks about you being there. But that's not true. America appreciates what our soldiers, airmen, sailors, and Marines are doing for them. I found out then, I know now, and I hope that never ceases. I got the idea to join the military from my grandfather, Howard Hunt Sr., who served in the Army Air Corps over in England during World War II. He was an inspiration for me, and somehow I've been able to pass that on to my daughter, who's now a airman in the North Carolina Air National Guard and Air Force. And I had the distinct, probably one in a million lifetime opportunities to swear her in at basic military training in San Antonio, Texas, as the reviewing general officer, where I swore in 758 of her fellow Air Force recruits. And she honored me by her service then, as she was one of the top 10% honor graduates in basic military training that I swore in. So I guess I come from a military family of sorts, 34 years and counting for me. My daughter's just starting her career as an intel analyst. We do it because we love America, we love where it's been, what it stands for, and the greatness that is still in her. Thank you.